Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Midweek Update, the busy edition. No, I don't know what that's going to be called, but if I was going to call it something, that's what I would call it. There's a lot of things happening, and let's just back up one day to begin. And Seth, you wanted to say something about the community meal. Of course, that's also past and future, but go ahead.
Yeah, just wanted to mention last night, community meal. We served about 200 meals. Amy, you were there providing some prayers as well, and had a nice group of volunteers from Lydia Short all the way up to Nan Urbaugh and others. And thankful for Donna Ritchie Martin and helping organize the efforts for this one. And as well, we'll just point people towards the 27th. Still a few items and some volunteers that we need for that, but just thankful for those volunteers' opportunity to serve those meals last night. Speaking of meals, this Sunday we have our potluck, and it is going to be a true potluck, is what Catherine Half calls it here, where everyone is responsible for bringing main dishes, sides, salads, desserts. Not that everyone needs to bring all 4 or 5 of those different things each themselves, but we just need sort of everyone to chip in those places. And so bring those this Sunday after the Sunday school hour. We'll join together in that meal.
Speaking of food, actually, I was going to say something about district conference coming up on the 24th, but really it does begin with food, because there is a meal for people coming on the evening of the 23rd. People are invited to come, and then a campfire to follow that evening. So a chance to fellowship with people from the district. If you're thinking of coming to that meal, an RSVP to the district office is helpful. Camp's going to provide that dinner, but they want to know how many people are coming. And then those of us who are delegates and others who are interested will be at district conference on Saturday, the 24th, for most of the day. So I'm looking down at my list, and I think we can keep going with speaking of
food, right? Food edition. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not. It's busy. It's the speaking of food edition, apparently. Amy.
There we go. And speaking of food and other things, we are having Love Feast on World Communion Sunday on October 2nd. It's at 6 p.m. There will be some setup that everyone can participate in on Sunday right after worship, so that the communion committee doesn't have to do all of the setup in the afternoon. So Sunday, October 2nd at 6 p.m. And because it's World Communion Sunday, we're leaning into the international community and storytelling and food. And so the meal, let me say that the structure of Love Feast will be what we know and love. And but the meal is going to be a little bit different. The communion committee is going to make rice and beans for us. That is largely what many people in the world eat. And we're inviting you, if you come, to bring a dish. Now, this isn't a potluck and it's not a big feast, but a dish of some international flavors or something that you love. And it will be put on the tables to add just a bite for the people on those tables. So we're not creating a big meal. You're providing a bite for 8 to 10 people. So let us know. You can tell me, you can let Seth know, you can tell whoever you want, but make sure it gets back to Seth and I.
You can tell me. Just to mention, if it's something like an international dish that for whatever reason you need to make it in a larger amount, then you just make it into smaller side portions that could be put at a different table. We just don't want large buffet style amounts on any one table.
Mm-hmm. And if it's something that has peanuts in it, I would say make a little note that it has peanuts in it. And you might want to put a little note on what it is and where it comes from. And so it'll be a simple meal with some extra special tastes that you provide. So just bring that. Let us know so that the committee can know if they're working with 10 things or 40 things or 2 things. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Amy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Getting hungry here. And I'll share something. I'm going to share my screen here and wanted to show people just a little bit about an update about where they can find. There's a lot of information that people will be seeing about the Fall Festival on October 8th that's coming up. But I want to let people know one place they can go and sort of get all the information in one place. And this is singmehome.org. There's a button link from our website, from our church website, or you can go there. And if you click under events, it says Fall Festival. If you want information about our winter benefit in December, you can see that there. But I'm going to focus on the Fall Festival. You click there. And then when you go here, you can get information. You can see a beautiful schedule that our very own Ashley Mock provided for us that lets you know when things are happening and where. And you may say to yourself, where is the gathering circle? I've never heard of that before. You might be familiar with the pavilion or the festival grounds. And then you go here and you look on this beautiful map that Ashley made and you say, oh, I know where that large crane is. There's where the main stage will be. Here's where the gathering circle is behind the memorial garden and the pavilion you're familiar with. Again, there'll be golf cart shuttles that will take people around. You can find all these workshops in some different places, but they're all right here. 4 lovely workshops that'll be starting at 4 and 5 p.m. When you come, and there's information about what the different things that they're doing. And then speaking of food, there'll be some Thai food as well as some Mexican food, as well as you can bring your own picnics and picnic blankets and gather in the space there. There will be there'll be more information about our artisans as well. But I can tell you that Karen Eberly will be sharing some artwork. Karen Rowland, Sherry Raymond, familiar with her, some of her artwork, as well as the Wonder brand here in town, and a few others that are going to be in there as well. So looking forward to that on October 8th. Always reach out to me if you have any questions or anything related to those Sing Me Home events.
I really love the graphics, the map and all the colors. It just looks fabulous. So thanks to Ashley, and thanks for the committee for all of that. It looks like a great day. I do have a question. So I should have looked at the schedule a little bit closer when you had it up there. So do you have to choose only one workshop, or are they offered a couple of times so I can go to 2 different ones?
You can go to 2. Yeah. Okay. You know, you could find a way maybe to go to all 4 for half the time, but yeah, really it's set up for you to go to 2. There's 2 happening at each time. So you'd be able to go to 2 of the 4.
Good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, besides food, what really connects all of these things that we've talked about is being together, where 1 or 2 or 2 or 3 are gathered. The Holy is within us. And so I have a quote for us from Martin Buber. When 2 people relate to each other authentically and humanly, God is the electricity that surges between them. Take that into your day today.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.